Alright guys, this video is a important video for me to make. As you can see, I have quite a lot going on in my face, and I have been walking around like this for a couple of months, and it's a big insecurity for me, and I'm sure it is a big insecurity for other people who have something similar like rosacea or whatnot. In this video, I'm going to talk about how to use makeup to kind of soften these blemishes, lesions, bumps, whatever you want to call them, and make it easier for you to be able to step outside your door feeling confident with who you are, and also for to help view change your perspective on how others view you. It's very important that you understand that your perspective can influence your day, and this is one of the tools that I use to help me stay cool, calm, and collected when I am encountering people in public. So the first thing you want to do is you want to wash your face. I just noticed I have like still makeup here from even yesterday. I'm like, oh my god, I missed that spot. How shower, do your hair, whatever the case may be. I didn't do my eyebrows. I'm not gonna do my eyebrows. um, I try to go for the most natural look possible. Unfortunately for me, um, I'm sorry, I should have said this already. Unfortunately for me, because of what I have going on, the makeup has to be piled on a little bit um, extra, just so I can get the coverage I want. Essentially, when they do start to go down and they start to they have calmed down a bit, but when they do go down and they start to discolor, I could just simply put on BB cream or something light and then go on about my day. But this is one of the things that is considered self-care. This is me taking the time out of my morning to do my face so that I can conquer the rest of the day. And I am so upset with this lighting. I think I might have to switch it over here behind the camera, because that is the way lighting works. Let us see. There we go. Beautiful. Now it moved. Okay. Alright. And I usually don't put it behind the camera because the whiteboard picks up that spot. But whatever. That's what we're going to have to deal with. So now you can see better what's going on. Okay. First thing you want to do is you want to do your skincare. I already have my moisturizer on. I'm going to go ahead and put the primer. This primer I got as a sample from Ulta. It is a Benefit Pore Light primer. So you're just going to put it around your face. A pea size amount usually generally works. I I think I end up using more than that, because I feel like if I do use a pea size amount, it doesn't get me nowhere. It doesn't give me the coverage that I want. So a lot of people will know, will a lot of people might not have a condition like this, but a lot of people will have bruising. So a lot of women or men, God, I can't exclude men. A lot of people will have situations where they have black eyes or bruising, and they don't know how to get rid of the bruising. They don't know how to hide it. They have an event that they need to go to, blah blah blah. And this is a technique you can use to hopefully appear as yourself and with no bruise. You always want to try and show up as the best you, and self-care, like such as this, would definitely help facilitate that. So again, I just feel like this primer, I just feel like it's either it's light, I don't know how to describe it, I just feel like it's not on my face. Okay, good, there we go. Cool. Just don't be rough. I'm a man at the end of the day, so I'm kind of rough. Cool, we got that. Now this is where we go. The one important thing, I was using green for a while. I had to go to Ulta and get some help because I didn't realize that the pigments that I had were not, or I did realize that the pigments I had were not covering up these blemishes. So I didn't realize that I needed a darker red. I do tan in the summer, so what I'm using right here is the Pro Conceal color corrector in this kind of like terracotta color. And so I don't like the applicator on this thing. It's more like a smear applicator, like you just smear it on. What I like to do, and what Ulta also suggested, was to take the sample, or however much you need, put it on right there. Let me grab the brush. Now, I was practicing earlier, so my brushes are still a little bit dirty. I didn't clean them. And then again, like I said, I'm not really too concerned about cleaning my brushes all the time, which is probably not a good thing to some people. To me, brush that out. So, and then you just pack it onto your brush, and then you go ahead and you pat it on. You do not. I don't smear it on because it thins it out. I kind of pack it on so that it gives me the coverage that I need. So you'll see. And this is something that can be done rather quickly. I've learned that over time. It's been a couple days for me that you'll start to get quicker in doing it, and you'll start knowing, you know, how to do it. Like I noticed that I put on quite a bit, and I go kind of further than the blemish. But you can use a brush to kind of blend out the edges. But essentially, what we want to do is we want to fade these out using the red. So as you can see, you can't really see, or at least they're not as visible. This has caused me a lot of stress recently, and my perception of who I am to other people has been very detrimental to my well-being, and in behaving in that type of manner, that kind of like, oh, everyone's looking at me weird. I've kind of started acting a little bit eccentric, and some people don't handle eccentricism, or others who are eccentric, very well. So you start to look kind of sketchy. You start to look like, okay, we need to watch this dude. He looks kind of like unstable, and a lot of people don't try to figure out why. So, yeah, I just hope that people who find this channel find this helpful, because it's not easy when your face is a beautiful thing sometimes, and you take it for granted how much your face gives you character, gives you personality. It's who you are at the end of the day, and it's in the mirror. And when you kind of come across something such as this, or any type of rosacea, which I believe rosacea green would help kind of mitigate that redness. It's the color wheel. You have to learn and learn how to you have to learn how to use the color wheel and make it so that you know what the opposite of each color is. So right now, this is why we're using this kind of like terracotta on this red and blue purple thing. Now, if it were a bruise and you had some yellows going on in there, you would use the opposite of yellow on certain areas, but you don't have to get too technical at the end of the day. Yellow would probably take that out. But again, my forehead is probably one of the... I feel like I'm using a lot of product, man, but it is what it is. Eventually it'll get to a point where I won't have to use as much. But you see what's going on. I don't know if I have to time lapse this. I don't want to be honest. I'll learn that another day. But yeah. So essentially, you see what's going on. I have been using that word essentially for quite some in the last few videos. So that must be my favorite word right now. But this is a more serious video. I should probably add some more charm to it. I'm already charming as it is, so it doesn't matter. And again, sometimes in life you just have to use your skills and your talents to, sometimes in life your skills and your talents are what kind of like help you move on to the next stage. Like I was so chaotic. I was so self-absorbed in my problems that I did not realize. Wait a minute, dude. You know how to do some type of makeup. Like you know how to do makeup. Like why are you not? Why are you not solving this problem? You're just talking about it, and you're kind of talking to other people about it to get a solution, and you don't realize that you had the solution all along. Like I said, it's always in here. You always know the answer. So once I realized that, I was like, oh, man. And that's the beauty of life, right? You learn. You learn. So now you see what's going on. All right. I have a mirror in front of me that I'm using to apply, and I have the lighting directly in front. This light, it's an artificial LED light, but I think it emulates the sun a little bit better than the yellow tone of the bulbs that I have in this room. So sometimes when I go outside, I'm like, like I see the makeup a lot differently. Um, and that can create some confusion in the brain too, where it's like, oh shit, it's not the way I thought it looked. So you want to make sure that at the end of the day, who cares? But if you do want something a little bit more cohesive and natural and whatnot, when you step out, you want to definitely get some decent lighting. And you saw how in the beginning of the video I had the light here and then I had to move it back there. That's one of the reasons why, because now I can see my face. I can see everything all even, as opposed to the shadows that were being cast by the light at that angle that I had it originally. So I see my nose, at least from this angle right here, everything looks okay. So now you see what's going on, right? You can see some. I think I missed. I mean, it does. I don't need to get every single one of them. Usually, the only ones that I feel like that I need to get are the ones that create, the ones that are like on my nose and on my forehead. Those bother me the most because they're prominent. They stick out because of the 3D effect of the nose and whatnot. Excuse me. So I have a magnifier mirror too, which I can use. It kind of brings my it really it zooms in on my face so I could see the texture. So I'm sorry, I didn't mention, but I am patting this makeup in. I'm pushing it inside of on my skin so that it could fill in those holes and hopefully, give me the effect that I want. Now, makeup is controversial, right? Men who wear makeup are usually considered gay, whatnot. Who cares? At the end of the day, if a straight man needed help with his face for whatever event, that's what you're there to do. That's what you as someone who knows how to do makeup does. You help people become a better version of themselves, even though if it's an illusion. This is the easiest way to manipulate your appearance. Losing weight, doing the exercise is a lot harder, and that's why a lot of people take this route and ignore the other parts about it, which I don't like to ignore that. I like to work out. I am gonna put this on a quick pause because I forgot my other foundation piece, so I'll be right back. 1 second. Alright, I'm back. Okay, so what I am using for the first layer of foundation, and this one is because I'm trying to get a color that matches with my neck and my other skin, my arms and whatnot. So Ulta suggested this Double Wear Max Spiced Sand. I believe it is waterproof. I have a sample right here. I don't know if you can see the color, but it looks very similar to my skin. This I have never used, or I have, and I never liked using brushes for applying foundation, but I'm learning how to use it. I used to use a beauty blender like this. As you can see, I've been playing with makeups and trying to learn, so it has a lot of, I can't get it off. Um, yeah, I used to use that, but I noticed that this kind of absorbs the product versus this packs it on, and it's dense and heavy, so it doesn't like seep through the bristles. It stays on top of the bristles, so you can push it in. So I'll show you what I'm talking about. And this is very similar to painting. I don't think I know how to paint. I know, I at least on paper, I know the concept. On the computer, it's a little bit easier for me for some odd reason. So now that we have this on, when I went to Ulta put powder on there. I want to skip that step, and I want to put powder after, only because I'm the type of person that sweats a lot and whatnot, and I don't want it to be caked on, even though it's gonna look caked on when I start putting it on. So essentially what you do is you take your brush, pat pat pat, and you get some product on there. Now this product right here is not as wet as the other one, so it's kind of, I'm wondering why. Maybe, anyways. So there you go, and then you start patting it on. I sometimes start on this cheek or up here, so I'm gonna start up here today. But you're gonna see the magic happen. You're gonna see. I keep looking down there at the computer. You're gonna see how my face transforms. Okay. I forgot to take a thumbnail. Okay, we'll take it after. Anyways, okay, so let's go. So what you're doing here is you're doing the same thing. You're patting it, and you're not really dragging it. You do not want to disturb. That's why they put powder. You don't want to disturb what's going on underneath, which is the concealing. So you pat it, and you try to create that layer to and now I'm trying to go around my eyebrows because I be walking around with some foundation stained eyebrows, and it don't be looking cute. Not that it matters. And there you go. You start seeing what's going on. It truly is a blessing that I discovered this. At least for me, you know, it's medicine for my anxiety, and I wish for some people it were that easy. I really wish it were, because I'm not too concerned about all this. What I am concerned about is that people, you know, you shouldn't worry about what other people think and whatnot, but sometimes people go to an extreme where they will let it be known how they feel about you. And I've had situations where people let me know what they felt about me, and you know, unfortunately there's a lot of hurtful people in this world. Look at this. Look at this. This is amazing what you can do with makeup, right? It takes out all this redness, and then it takes, I have a red skin on my face. It's not rosacea per se, but it's just the way that my face looks like when it's healthy. Alright? And when I'm not going through any type of cycle or any type of drug abuse or alcoholism, at least. My face was very dry at one point because of it. But so I'm gonna finish the whole face. I feel like, is this? Oh no, it's over here. Oh, okay. Okay, so see, opposite mirror. There we go. I haven't tried putting this red pigment on top of foundation. Oop, opposite. It's hard. Anyways, I haven't tried putting the red tint on the foundation, but I'm wondering if I wanted extra coverage, because sometimes you can still see the bumps in certain lighting. Sometimes I can see right here. I can see a little bit through my skin, but that's if you're trying to look for it. But anyways, let me stop talking and get this going. So like this technique can be used for bruises. It's the same. Essentially, what I have going on is almost the same thing. It's almost like blood is pooling into the damaged cells. That's all that's going on. It's like cells that are damaged, um, have mutated, and they are appearing as they are. Um, so that's why it's very important, I think, for me at least, to get this video out to people. You know, I'm not expecting anything of it, but I really need to disseminate the information to people who might be in the same situation, or people who might have something similar and they need some relief. I know for me it was a life, not a lifesaver so to say, but it really changed my life. It really did. It really did. Cause I know how people, I know how people feel about me not taking pictures, and I don't really take pictures that much anymore. Um, I belong to a community that loves taking pictures, and I'm not really in any of them. And I think that's out of respect, because they know how I feel about my face, and it's sad. It sucks because I'm not in any of the pictures, and it's almost like I didn't exist. It's almost like I wasn't there, and I want to be. I want to participate. I want to be in that. I want to be a part of that family. You know, I didn't go there and put in the work to not be a part of that family, and I don't think they feel that way at all. I just um, sometimes I allow these situations. I allow situations to get to the best of me. Especially this one. This was a new one. This is a. I never experienced anything like this in my life, and this is, I guess, a lesson learned when it comes to vanity and being vain. You know, you're gonna be vain, but you can lose that face real quick. You know, like, or something can happen to you where you don't you won't feel as beautiful as you once thought you were. You know, and it's a life lesson. One of my favorite movies is Beauty and the Beast growing up, and one of those reasons was because I was a very docile person. I love to read. I love to learn how to. I love to sing, even though I can't really sing that well. I love to, I fantasize about playing the piano. I can only hit a couple notes on the piano, but I was like Belle. I was docile. I was intelligent. I am intelligent, and I pretend like I'm not, because people don't like the fact that some people treat me differently when they find out that I'm like this. I'm not that smart, but you know what I'm saying. The conversations that I carry and whatnot. But anyways, and I'm also very beastly. I get angry, and I get destructive, and I destroy. And I do not destroy walls. I don't punch walls. Um, I will defend myself, and I will fight people, or I used to fight people, and because people would think, they'll think I was a punk or something, and I would have to show them that I wasn't a punk, and I didn't care if it was a group of people, and that's the problem. That's the issue that I had, is taking on these battles that I knew damn well I wasn't gonna win, thinking that I could win. It's walking around with a death wish, and you don't want to. And I appreciate my life so much more now that I don't do that. I don't get angry. I walk away. I walk away unless I was an imminent threat. In immediate danger. I would probably then have to defend myself. But for right now, I've learned that it's not healthy. It's not healthy. People just want a reaction out of you, and some do it because they're bullies and they're assholes. Some do it because they're trying to push you into. They're trying to see how you're gonna react. Because are you gonna sit there and talk shit and show people that you can't handle words that come out of people's mouth, or are you just gonna keep going on about your business and continue to create your brand? And that's where I'm at. Say what you want about me. I'm a cliche, blah blah blah. I don't care what people really say. But it is what it is, like they say, right? So there you go. Look at that. Look at this. Ain't that crazy? That is amazing. So just imagine having a big old black eye and being able to do that, and then being able to go outside and enjoy your life without having to worry about how your face looks. It is crazy. It is amazing. It is amazing. It is amazing. Um, but I'm not done here. All right. So what you see going on is, and it's very difficult. I haven't learned yet how to get around the facial hair. So maybe I would have to buy a product and use a brush and kind of probably like even probably a blush, a dark blush, and kind of like brush it into my beard so I can fill it in and hide some of the foundation. I'm not gonna do that right now. I'm gonna learn eventually how to do that. Um, but yeah, even my sideburns, whatever. So now that we have that, you can see it's a little too tan. It's not it's not quite as warm as I would like it for it to be. Um, so I have to go in with another foundation, and this is why I feel like it kind of cakes on, because I'm adding another layer of foundation. So for this one, I'm adding NARS, which you see how it has that warm color. It adds another um, dimension, I guess. So I'll use as much product as you need. Again, we're gonna do the same thing. Pat, pat, pat. And I don't like to put it on top of the red that I have going on. Um, I was suggested, it was suggested to me to do so, but my preference is to just apply them separately. I think because it makes it easier for me to conceptually. It's the way I'm able to grasp the concept, I guess. So here we go again. Do. Um, I've had this red color in my hair for quite a couple of days. I I like it. However, it's bleeding all over the place, and my pillow is kind of screwed. And I remember one time my yoga instructor mentioned, "Why don't you just get your hair done?" And my coach, and I was like, "No, because I'd rather do it myself." And I did not realize that because it bleeds so much and gets on the mat, I did not realize that that probably meant to probably either get it permanently done and have someone else, pay someone else to do the service so that it can be the color that I want and not necessarily bleed all over the place and destroy, equipment that did cost a lot of money. Um, and I didn't understand that at the time. It's you live and you learn. You know, you can't sit there and oh, I should have done this differently, this and that, the shoulda, coulda, wouldas, right? I mean, you can sit there to reflect on it, but you can't sit there and live in it. Now you know for next time. Now you know, because especially when you get out of when you're dealing with traumatic events and you have multiple traumatic events all at once, it's kind of hard to self-regulate sometimes, and you get lost. I know when I have traumatic experiences, I revert back to 10 years ago, like a more than that probably, to a very traumatic point in my life. Around 21 years old, when I started to discover who I was and what love was and all this and that, and those are portions of myself that surface and that come up because I need to heal, and I never healed those portions of me. So that's kind of what happened. I kind of reverted back to that, and I was in such a negative state just talking about the past, and I didn't realize that though that was coming up because I needed to heal it. I needed to heal it, and unfortunately, a lot of people who were helping me, they did get hurt. Um, and that's the risk you take when you try to help someone. That is a risk you take, and nothing is done in vain. Um, see how I'm pushing it into my neckline, so when I wear a shirt, it's all cohesive. Um, yeah. So like you see, I'm just patting it, and so you see that my face is probably. I don't, to be honest with you, I don't like the caked on effect that I get. I really hate it. But essentially, I mean, excuse me, that word. Um, makeup is packing on top of the skin. So you walk around feeling uncomfortable of how you look with the blemishes, or you walk around like this. And I prefer to walk around like this. It is a conversation starter for some people, but it just, the conversations are so different now, because I feel so much better about myself and I'm more confident to walk around outside. And I'm the type of people that I've been meeting so many people, like, and I'm like, oh my god, I don't know if I should give out my phone number. I don't want to keep giving out my phone number, like, um, but I've been meeting a ton of people, beautiful people who believe in what I have going on, and who see my vision, more than I do. Like, Jesus Christ, my own family don't want to fuck. Excuse me, don't want to mess with me, and I probably have done things. I'm sure I've done things that they found disapproving, but I've been trying hard and still to. They still, and that's okay. That's fine with me. Um, so now that I have everything I need, I feel like because I'm in new lighting, I I feel a little self-conscious. I feel like I've looked pale. I always like the more warmer um, color, but I can't really complain. Again, I have a light up there. I have a light right in front of me. I have another light. I have another light. So, okay. So this is where we start getting a little bit more fancy, and this is where it goes from what most men would probably feel comfortable wearing. Um, but I am doing this because I want to add color to my face, and I don't do this often, so I get nervous. But I'm gonna take this blush right here, ColourPop, in Growth Flirt. Okay, it's a very, look at the color. Okay, we're not concerned about the color. We're not worried about how bright it looks. We're not worried about that. What we're trying to do is we're trying to add redness back to our cheeks. So, you know how you smile and you hit on their apples, cheeks, apples, whatever they call that. So I'm gonna smile, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna lightly pack on the color. All right, and what this is doing is like giving you a natural facelift. So you're trying to emulate that facelift, and a lot of women wear blush and they go heavy on it, but we're not. I'm not doing that here. You can barely see it. Um, Again, it's the cast. It's for the light to bounce differently, and for you to look more natural, even though it probably doesn't. But you get what I'm saying. And you just keep applying as much product as you want. See, now I'm going above a blemish area or a problem area, so it will highlight that problem a little bit. So you might need a little bit more product just to um, get the effect you want. But you see how I don't have to put so much on, and it kind of already shaping my. It's already kind of shaping that area. Um, Now I'm not a. I try not to be a perfectionist, because if I start, that's one issue that I do have is perfectionism, and I try to be perfect, and it doesn't quite work out. So that wasn't much. Boom, boom, simple. All right. Um, we're gonna take this brush right here. It's an elf brush, I believe. It's a highlighting brush. This one was the one that was suggested to me. Um, I'm gonna take this, the highlighting and contouring kit from NYX. It has a bunch of different shades in it. Why buy one when I could have multiple and I can play with it? It's like a paint the thingy. Yeah, I don't know what to call it. But essentially, this is what I'm gonna use to kind of add that dark. So I was using this one the other day in practice, and then I used this one. I kind of like this one. It's dark, and you gotta be very careful that you're not adding too much. But I'm just gonna get some on my brush, and I'm gonna try and shape this area up here. And you know, it's all about adding color and warmth back to your face. And I don't want to look like Jersey Shores, nothing, but I kind of like that look, like that dark face look, because I know how I get when I tan, and I don't think I'm going to be tanning as well with makeup on. So, and it doesn't have to be anything crazy. You don't even have to see it. What you're doing is that you're just adding some warmth back into your face. At least that's what I think. Maybe I'm not a makeup artist, okay? So I might be getting things wrong, but now we're gonna add it to the cheeks, or right there in the hollow part, just to add that shadow to kind of slim out my face a bit. And it helps with the beard too. And you just diffuse it. I know there's a lot of people who love having lines, who don't care that there's sharp lines, which is an art form that a lot of, I think, drag queens do, and I kind of want to stay away from that. I don't have an issue with how some people do their makeup, but that's not what we're doing here. What we're doing here is we are I'm trying to provide a service for everyone, you know, so everyone could be involved, and not necessarily pick up on one style and I don't know, I feel like it excludes people. Who knows? Maybe I'm wrong. So I don't know if you can barely see what's going on, but what I did was I added some darkness here and under my jawbone, so I could kind of lift my make my appearance look a lot more different. I have to find a way to get that beard filled in, because I am digging the way this right here is looking. Right here, it's darkening it up. So I'm gonna add more contouring. And I'm not perfect when it comes to makeup. I've been doing this for a couple years on and off. Not because I always wanted to be a makeup artist, not because I didn't have the I didn't have the I didn't have any reason behind doing it besides helping women feel comfortable with themselves and whatnot. However, I do know now that I know the impact of what makeup has on people, because when I went to Ulta, man, I cried when they covered my face. I was in tears, and then they were able to fortunately give me some of my products that I'm using, and it was a beautiful thing. It was a beautiful experience. Some people are beautiful, man. Beautiful. The next thing I'm gonna do, I know this video might be long, but this video is here for you, to help you in the way that I've helped myself. So I looked at the wrong thing. I looked at the light like a moth to a flame. Look at my face. Look at how bright I look. Look at how happy I look. And it is an illusion at the end of the day, but my hard work is paying off at the end of the day, and I love it. So now that we have this face the way we have it, we're gonna go ahead and set it. So I have some loose powder here, translucent. Actually, I'll show you this. It's just some It's just air spun loose powder. Um, I got this from Walmart. Oh no, powder! You gotta be careful with powder. Um, yeah. So you just want to tap on a little bit. I see there's some shininess, and I know there's some powder out there to help with shine. But I think this works. It's just you gotta not cake it on. But see how it's gonna mute. It's gonna take away that shine, and this is on camera that looks shiny, even because of the light, the way it's bouncing. So I gotta diffuse it, right? Catch the light, and with the light hand, so you don't smear the makeup underneath. Let's go around. Um, and you know, you just lightly pat it on. This helps keep the makeup from moving and, you know, staying wet, because you don't want it to be wet. I don't want to bake like other makeup artists do. They bake it on and they brush it off. I don't think that works for me. I usually run into the issue of having powder left over, and then there's like your face is like left with this creamy consistency, and it's crinkling or it's wrinkly, and I don't like that. So see how it took away the shine? I think I'm okay with that. I'm just gonna go ahead and sweep lightly across my face. I hate this brush is great, but Jesus, it be leaving some hairs on my face. And there we go. There we go. Ain't that crazy? Ain't that crazy? Now, as I get more advanced in makeup, I would probably start using eyeshadow and stuff like that, just to add dimension to my eyes and whatnot. But I did so well today that I don't have to add anything to my eyebrows, even though I did get some makeup on there. I'm not even gonna bother trying to correct it, because then I'll mess everything up. But look at this. Look. Oh my god. Like, it is crazy. Did I get this? Yeah, I got it. I really, really, really hope that you have enjoyed this video and that you've learned something from it. You know, you don't have to let your fears get the best of you. If you could try to find a tool or something to help alleviate that anxiety that you get, I wish you luck, because this for me has been life-saving. Look at me, I look like myself again. Oh my god. Look. The power of makeup. It is crazy. Let's finish this off with I had a little kit. This is the matte finish Finny Matte. So it's a setting spray. Spray it on and it would mattify it. Now, I hate how some people spray and they get so close. This, I have to go far, because this ends up making my face wet again, and I hate that. But there you go. Yes, 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 yes. And the reason I look so light, see how I step back, it starts to match? It's because I'm right in front of a bunch of lights. I am honored to have made this video. I am grateful to be able to share this with you. I am so excited as to where my life will, or the direction my life is going. It can get dark sometimes, but understanding that, you know, a lot of it is under your control, and letting go of the things you can't control is what gets you out of that dark corner and into the light. So thank you for watching. I love you so much. Bye.